So this week, there has been a lot of waiting. So much waiting. We have become experts in waiting this week, and we had to be patient and wait and see what would come. So our first photo for today is of my friend little E. So I'm just going to see if, yeah. So this is my friend little E. And this week, she and her parents, Ima and Mama, they planted a tree. And this is little E with the tree that they planted. It's a pretty little tree right now, just about the same size as she is. But they planted it knowing that it would need patience. They would need patience to see it grow big. So if you close your eyes and imagine this tree really, really big, this little sapling really big, what does it look like? In your mind's eye, are the branches kind of bent and gnarly? Is there moss on the tree? Is it good for climbing? The kind of tree that little E and her parents planted is called a southern live oak tree. Here's a picture of one fully grown. So this is the angel oak tree in Charleston, South Carolina. It's thought to be one of the oldest living organisms on the East Coast. It's 65 feet tall, and they think it is 1,500 years old. When E and her parents planted that little tree, they had to use their imaginations to see the beauty and the magnificence that would come later, with patience, to see that it was worth it to plant something so small now. And I talk about this because even though we are all really happy and we are celebrating with big joy about the presidential election today, we are reminded that there is still work to do. Work still to do to make the world the way we imagine it in our minds. And I thought of little E and her small tree, and it reminded me that this is a lot of what activism is about. It's about planting small trees, knowing that with patience and with tenderness and work, they will grow into something big and so incredible, you'll have a hard time remembering when the tree wasn't there. So I wanted us to take a minute together today to talk about small trees that got planted this week in ways other than who was at the White House come January. So the first picture we're going to look at is Cori Bush. This is a picture of Cori Bush. Cori Bush is going to Washington, D.C. to represent Missouri in the House of Representatives, and she will be the first Black woman to do so. I am hoping that there will be a time when we can't even remember when it was worth celebrating, because every state sends Black women to Congress all the time. And this next photo, this is Sarah Mcbride. She is the first trans person to serve as a state senator. She's from Delaware, and in 2013, she helped to pressure lawmakers in Delaware pass laws that protect every trans person in the state from discrimination. I am hoping that this small tree becomes so huge that there are trans people elected to all kinds of positions of power, and we can marvel at the beautiful shade that that tree provides us all. And in California, people there voted to allow those who used to be in prison to vote again. 50,000 people will get to vote again in California. And I am waiting patiently on that little tree for the day when all those who went to prison don't lose their right to vote. I imagine a world where there are no prisons and everyone votes because we make it so easy and so natural and so fun. So these are three small examples. And they are examples that are important to us as Unitarian Universalists because they are little trees that signal that transformation is possible. That little seeds we've planted and nurtured are growing and taking root. And it was a lot of work to get even these kinds of little trees. And just like E and her Ima and her Mama, big holes had to be dug and special soil brought in and just the right amount of water. So many people had to get organized and talk to their neighbors and text bank and phone bank and get excited to vote for people who will make change happen. A big part of being a Unitarian Universalist is using your imagination like this and using your patience. You have to imagine that a big, beautiful tree is possible. You have to work to plant the seeds and help the little trees take root. So I hope that when you are wishing that little trees were big already and that there was already a Black trans woman in the White House right now, you'll remember little E and the patience and imagination that went into planting that tree. So go out today and think about what kinds of trees are you planting in your life? What kind of big, magnificent trees are you hoping for will come to pass later? Both the kinds of trees that you want to climb and give you shade and help us breathe better, and also the kinds of trees that bear fruit that transforms the world. Blessed be, and amen.